Despite the recent upsurge in price action here for COSM, Cosmos Holdings, there may potentially be another upside move in preparation here. But how is that possible? Well, let's go ahead and find out in this video. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by once again. This is ARCa coming at you with a COSM, Cosmos Holdings Technicals Thread of Analysis. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video with a friend so that you and them could consider joining our trading community in Discord called ARCa. With that said, let's go ahead and dive right into the charts. Real quick, you guys, I am still a little bit under the weather. I do feel a lot better, and I think that we can make this analysis happen all the way without my voice actually failing. But if it does, please just, bear with me and we'll get through it. Okay, so yes, we are looking at COSM or Cosmos here in the 12-hour chart. And I wanted to backtest or just actually see if it was following some geometrical patterns or if it's actually following market geometry. And in fact, in my quick little search, it did actually show some geometrical patterns. So in this case, we do see a falling wedge, and this falling wedge usually presents a bullish outlook. And the way we can actually see that is taking a trend line from the hypotenuse of the triangle, which is right up here, to the lowest point of the triangle and applying it to the breakout. So that breakout was right over here, and you can see that we eventually touched that price objective of it was suggesting actually right in confluence to the 2 fib at 17 cents, 17.75, almost 18 cents. And we did since get that move to the upside. So now we also see that the 1.618 was a desired area as a form of resistance. Right at the 15-cent level, 15.69, and you can see that we've tested it several times with no luck in breaking out of it. And what could be the reason behind us failing that 1.618? Well, I think I actually may have found it in the shorter or lower term time frame, and this is the bi-hourly time frame for COSM. And now we are looking at, since we did that breakout of the descending channel here, we are now within this price action here in a shorter time frame in a pennant. So these pennants are usually bullish, and again, within the triangle family, they also have a price objective. Again, we take the trend line from the highest point of the triangle to the lowest point of the triangle and applying it to the breakout point, which is right over here. And it is suggesting a move that has direct confluence with our 2.72 at 22 cents, 22.59 to be exact. Now, there is a point that we can use as a form of resistance. We do have the 1.618 right over here at 19 cents, which could serve as resistance for us. But usually these triangles have a higher hit rate, so the upside projection is usually met. I'd say the upper 60% of the time, right? So we also, if we do meet that price objective, we also have the 2.618 at 24.31, which is also a likely area for us to touch. We can also gain the potentials in some other indicators as we go in this analysis. So we can actually see an upsurge in volume right over here. So we are increasing the buy pressure here. The reason why we actually came back down is potentially to test our newly converted resistance into support once more before a continuation onto the upside, and potentially testing our price objective of 22.59 at the 2.272 fib. Now, let's go ahead and gauge a bias in direction for now. Before we move to there, please know that this chart for COSM is actually a very, very unattractive chart. This is terrible. This doesn't look good whatsoever. Like this asset has literally never seen upside. Literally never. So we have to watch out how we're trading this, because this has a negative outlook for professional traders, at least. So let's look at now the RSI profile. Let's open up first the 12-hour pane. I want to be able to show you some. Actually, I'm looking at two drives of hidden bullish divergence. So this is 1 and 2 of hidden bullish divergence, and we have one drive of phantom hidden bullish divergence. So this is likely in play now. That is a good sign. Now, another thing is that the 12-hour RSI is suggesting a continuation onto the upside. I made a drawing here for the new viewers and new listeners for you to see just how this RSI profile works, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and minimize this and leave it right over here so that you can see my zones as I speak so that you're not lost, right? We are approaching the deeper areas of the bull weakness percentile, which likely means that we can be gravitated right into bull strength percentile. This is an upside continuation, and we are trading above the moving average represented by this pink line right over here. And this does suggest a continuation to the upside. Fairly convincing, to be perfectly fair. Now let's go ahead and open up a multi-pane here so that we can see several time frames of the RSI. Let's start with the immediate short-term time frame, 30-minute. So the 30-minute is suggesting a continuation to the upside. The bad thing is that we are trading below the moving average, and we are right smack in the middle of the weakness percentiles from the bulls and the bears. So this can likely present some sideways trading, which is very much in accordance to what's happening right over here. We're just literally stuck in a zone, right? Tightening price action can also mean a potential breakout in when you're looking at it as a triangle formation. So there is that possibility as well. Now let's look at the bi-hourly time frame. The bi-hourly is also suggesting a continuation onto the upside, and it looks primed to cross the moving average, which is bullish. I do like also that we are not in the shallow areas of the bull weakness percentile, which means that we are likely to start getting a gravitational pull right into this deeper area of the bull weakness percentile, which eventually will lead us into bull strength percentile. Now, the 6-hour time frame is suggesting a slight continuation to the upside. The pivot is not as convincing as a pivot like this one here, but it is still nonetheless upside. And our moving average is potentially primed to be crossed by our RSI signal. And the reason why I say this, or the bias is leaning towards a bullish outlook here, is simply for the fact that we are in the deep areas of the bull weakness percentile, and this is likely to be gravitated right into the bull strength percentile, which is why I'm suggesting a potential cross of this moving average within the next session or the following session. Now, the daily time frame is suggesting upside here, and this is pretty significant as well. This is pretty convincing, and it is approaching the let's just make it a little larger. Yeah, it is approaching the deeper areas of the bull weakness percentile, which means gravitational pull right into the bull strength percentile. So this is very good. As soon as we have price action or the RSI signal in this area right here, we can start applying some more credit for the upside. But this is all looking pretty good, starting from immediately. So COSM could possibly be looking at a tiny correction in price action, likely to test the 0.618. Let me see. Yeah, the 0.618, which is right at 14 cents right over here. We have a support. We could also have a support of an EMA right at that level too. Okay, so the likelihood of actually testing this EMA 7, which is in direct influence of the 0.618 at 14.37, is a possibility, followed by the next support, which is located at the EMA 30 and also in confluence with the 0.382 at 13.20, before a continuation onto the upside and finding some resistance at the 1.618 at 19.34, followed by a continuation to the 2.272 if it were to happen in guessing this in raw price action, right? So now one more thing that I wanted to talk to you about. This is the last chart for COSM. These are tools, these are indicators that are actually in partnership with myself and Crypstex Trading. They have since per se endorsed me or partnered with me in order for us to make some scalp style, some day trade style, momentum style type trade indicators that not only present a buy and sell signal, if you will, but also this one in particular. This is called ARCa. There's actually several indicators that are made for in my style and stuff. They believe in my trading, so they partnered with me and have been super nice about this thus far. These can be available to you too. I can give you all the details to how to acquire them. Just make sure to send me a DM on Discord or Twitter or something. So it is comprised of several exponential moving averages all placed together very closely so that we can see a wave of direction, and thus giving us the long and short signals or buy and sell signals for us to gain that edge in the direction for the trade. And the reason why I'm saying this is because we still haven't printed a short signal. We're still suggesting a long, which is in accordance to what we're talking about here. All the RSI is also suggesting upside. Price action is suggesting upside. Everything is looking pretty good unless a negative catalyst comes in or broader market sentiment sells off, and this sells up with it too. The indicator down below is ARC Whale Spotter. And the reason why I brought this up is because this is an indicator comprised of several very important things. It does have an RSI built into it. It does have a volume-weighted average price, what some people know as VWAP or VWAP. It does have a money flow index, and it does have directional waves. And this is the coolest part of this indicator, that it does give you divergences for the RSI. And it's based on the wave direction from the price action, and it validates the wave direction with a whale signal right over here when it is ready for a long upside. So this prints when it's oversold beyond the 80% zone, which you can see the zones right over here. This is 80% here. So you can see that it printed this divergence line, and I printed mine right over here to validate that it is, and it definitely is. So it got a drive of bullish divergence, and it went up to the upside, giving us the signal slightly earlier, as you can see right over here, right at the center of the whale. It gave us the signal of a long right here a little earlier than the ARC armor. So using these in combination can actually give us a true edge to getting that long signal a little earlier or a better price entry. So, obviously you want to make sure that it does backtest well with other tickers and stuff. But so far, both of these indicators have been incredibly useful to me. But with that said, I think this is a pretty good place for me to leave off the video. If you have any questions or concerns, I'll make sure to leave the links in the description below for you to consider joining the ARCa trading community in Discord. But with that said, I wish you well. I wish you a good weekend, and I will catch you at the bell on Monday. Adios.